Hi, everyone. I just watched an unbelievable marketing talk from Rand Fishkin with Amanda Natividad. This thing goes all the way to the top. It's a conspiracy.
Marketing conspiracies!
All right. So, a lot of us that have been working in marketing over the past decade have probably been feeling like shit from all these people that run companies, right? They bring in these outside consultants and they look and say, you need attribution software. And then you get attribution software. And you know what happens? They look and they say, marketing's not bringing anything in. They look at your Google Analytics and they say, where's your traffic coming from? And it shows direct and organic. And when you look, everything else is kind of tiny, but you spend so much time doing stuff like making content for social. Whoa, what am I doing right here? Recording a podcast, writing blog posts, doing webinars, sponsoring conferences, doing talks, being guest on things. And at the end of the day, they get rid of you and they don't care. This plague in B2B marketing has been sucking away at people's careers. I've had private conversations with VPs of marketing, CMOs, people in the know that have jobs at high-powered positions that we consider successful, that we see every day, who are getting shit canned and tossed to the side like they're yesterday's trash. Some of you out there that are in marketing that have been getting criticized are even experiencing growth. Maybe you're 2x or 3x in revenue every year, and that doesn't matter because you can't prove it. Well, this whole thing is about to get ripped open by this talk. The whole concept with zero-click marketing is they talk about how every place that we use to do marketing today is now being optimized to not have users click. And we all know it. We talk about it individually on everything that we do. But it's a good point because you can't see what someone's doing when they get in front of your brand. We haven't invented microchips yet that we can insert into our customers' brains to be like, hey, I know you were here and I know that you looked at this other thing before you were here. But if you watch the talk, every single piece of content that we put out there, it's much better to have it live there and not send them anywhere else. And just know that the goodwill and curiosity of something will make someone come over and check out what you're doing. If I speed run through all the different channels that we use, I can prove it to you. On Google, if you do a search result, usually it's going to scrape the answer before you even click onto a link and go to that person's page. If I use ChatGPT or Claude and ask a question, it's going to spit back the answer with a bunch of links, but you're not going to click on those links. You're just going to hang out with your good old buddy AI. In their talk, they looked at source code from Twitter and proved that if you tweet out links, your tweets reach and impressions completely nosedives. And the same thing happens on Facebook. Instagram doesn't even let you put links out there when you do posts. And TikTok, same thing, right? Who's clicking on links on TikTok? Is TikTok still legal, by the way? Does anyone seem to remember that going away? What's going on there? If I'm Charlie Day and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and I've got the yarn back here, all this thing goes back to 0 clicks. Everybody is spending their time online on places that are not your website. And when they do go to your website, they're not directly going there with the links that you put out. I don't even want to mention the world's largest professional network because they'll see the transcript of this thing and know I'm talking about them. But they stop making money if you leave their site. In their talk, they even say that email is still the best and most reliable channel because click-through rates and delivery rates and all that stuff are the same. I think a lot of that has actually changed a little bit too. So the question becomes, do we even need people to click? What's the point on them clicking? We're living in a world now where we used to want to get people to walk into our store and buy stuff. But what if we bring the stuff to where they're hanging out? Maybe all these sketchy drug dealers from these 80s movies and stuff had a good idea just selling stuff out of the trunk of their car. But this is a huge shift that we need to start acknowledging when we're doing marketing in 2025 and especially in doing marketing in 2026. So what can you do to make content? What can you do to get your brand in front of people? Well, it goes back to the old days. All you have to do is go to where they are and do stuff and inception them into figuring out what your company does and your product and your brand. That's all it takes. Don't judge yourself on web traffic. Don't judge yourself on impressions. Judge yourself on, is your company growing?
Pitchfire!